Honeybees, my name is Raven, this is Edie, and welcome back to our channel. Subscribe to become part of the hive. Be sure to like and ring the notification bell. Thanks, honeybees. Enjoy the video. Meow. Hi friends, welcome back to the game P.O.V, point of view. This is part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1, definitely see part 1 or you're going to be confused. In part 1, we played up until chapter 4, as you can see. I believe this game has 12 chapters, so I'm probably going to break this up into 3 parts. This is part 2. I'm really excited for this one because this is like the middle, you know, this is the meat of it. We're going to see rising action, falling action. There's going to be something. I just know it's going to be good because it's the direct middle of the story that we're going to get in this episode. So, yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen the first one, definitely watch that. That was kind of all set up, and I feel like, hopefully, at least, in this episode, we'll get to see everything kind of come together. So without further ado, let's just do it. Resume. Back with Jane. Hey, girl. Jane's going through it. Oh, she's got that date coming up with Frank. Frank just asked her out on a date. So I think maybe she's conflicted about that. I don't know.
Oh God, no.
Oh no, what? Oh no, Mary died? Oh no, we are already getting action here. Okay, so Mary met up with P, that weird guy that Jane met first. And then now she's dead. He must have killed her.
Jane, isn't it? Your voice sounds right.
Oh no, it's P?
You know, from your number, you probably live near Gastown. We're neighbors. Maybe I could drop by some.
Oh no, who knew P from the newspaper was a freak? Who knew he was a psychopath? I was not expecting him to be a threat in this, honestly. Mary, we were gonna get lesbian themes with her. Now we're not gonna get more lesbian themes.
My sister hasn't been getting her phone bill. I just want to check on the address, see if you have it right. The name's Jane Bowl.
No.
That's, B-O-L-E.
It is just too easy to get people's information. Even back in 2001. I guess maybe it was easier in 2001 and now we have more security, but I don't know. Could be the other way around. Damn, that's crazy. Why is he obsessed with her? He saw her and he just saw her in the cafe. And now he wants to kill her or something? I don't understand. He got to meet with M. M was Mary. Maybe he just wants to, maybe he's gonna attack her. I hope she I'd rather she kill him than he assault her. I'd rather see a murder. Oh, that's a good idea, Jane. That's a really good idea. Okay, Jane's not as dumb as I thought she was. Run to Frank's. Run to Frank. This sure took a turn. Run to Frank's, Jane. Tell him what's going on. Tell him that you were oh my god. It's P. We learned his name was Peter, but, you know. What is this dude's deal? He was writing back and forth to Mary. He had the connection with Mary. And then all because, what, he thinks Jane's prettier than Mary? He's like, ah, forget this lady who I've been corresponding with over the newspaper. It really pisses me off. You're really pissing me off, Peter. Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
You don't believe me.
No, I didn't say that, Miss Bull. But to be honest with you, you haven't given me much to believe in.
I'm
The evidence is
slouching
that
like
Mary
crazy.
Zalaski was a suicide. There was no sign of a struggle. She simply jumped. And unfortunately,
I don't
people
believe
do it all the
that.
time.
She wouldn't kill herself.
Well,
He did something to
she was depressed. Maybe he rejected her and then she was like, that's the
Okay.
last straw. I'd believe that, honestly.
You tell me that your friend was killed, and you know who did it, but you don't know his name or anything about him. In fact, you're not even sure if they ever really met, because you never saw them together.
Why was he at
yeah.
my apartment?
You know his name is Peter. You just don't know his last name.
Miss Bull, we know about New York. We know who you are, or were.
She was a fashion model, I think.
Parking violations show up on the computer, let alone murder trials.
Murder? Did she murder somebody? Did she murder her
I know
rapist?
what
Because
you've
good
been
for
through.
her.
Maybe the strain is finally getting to you. You know, maybe you could use some counseling or something.
I'm managing.
Well, to be honest with you, it doesn't look like it. Look, I'm gonna have an officer take you home.
I
and
feel
we'll
I
let you
never.
go
If
to
I
bed.
murdered, if I was assaulted
And
and then
if
I
this
murdered the
guy,
person who
placed
assaulted
any
me,
ads
I
in
wouldn't
the
be afraid
paper?
of anybody ever again. Because I'd be like, I'll just murder
Fine,
you.
I'll bring him in.
Like the confidence a murderer must have, a self-defense murderer. No one could hurt you. You know, you could take them. Oh no, is she gonna miss her date with Frank? Oh no.
Where is this woman? I'm dying to meet her.
I don't know. Looks like I got
You
stood
told
up.
the waitress that you hooked up with that you're having a date that night? Like, what the fuck?
And if she doesn't, maybe you and I can go do something together.
Yeah, Carol.
I thought we said that that was a bad idea.
Well, it is bad, but in a good way.
Okay, Carol. Have some self-esteem here, Carol. Like, the man you hooked up with, you're like, where's your date? If she doesn't show up, you can still have me. Like, come on, bro. I do love the soundtrack of this game. Don't be a second choice, Carol. Get you a man who values you. Oh no. I was really excited for their date. Crazy he hasn't seen her yet, unless she probably keeps her shutters drawn more often. He literally does not have curtains or shutters at all. He is surround windows. Carol just keeps going back and forth.
You know, I don't even know her last name. Can't even call her.
She'll show up to what, the newspaper drop off?
Come back to bed, Frank.
Carol,
You need to get some sleep.
this man's head is he's thinking about a different woman, and you're like, I'll hook up with him anyway. Have some self-respect, Carol. Here's a question for you guys. You find out your best friend is dead, possibly murdered, possibly suicide. You feel like she was murdered, but you have a date with your dream man the night that you find out. Do you still go to the date? Jane did not. Jane's a good friend. But also she's worried for her life, I guess. I'd probably stay inside if No, I would tell Frank what was going on. You know what? I would tell him what was going on. We're getting to the real drama of the story here. It got exciting faster than I thought. I thought we were gonna have to do another episode of setup before we really got to the action, but no. There's been a murder, possibly. Someone's stalking Jane. Okay, I don't trust people who view pornography. I don't know what that has to do with it depends on the pornography, I guess, but I'm gonna say I don't think the two correlate, so I'm gonna say false. Frank finds Jane's behavior Intriguing, endearing, suspicious, shy, coy. Not endearing. I don't know about suspicious. He could be suspicious of like what happened to her. Maybe he is thinking that she's just like shy. I think that he thinks that she's being shy. Who is the caller on the phone? That was P, because we saw him later. That was P, I'm pretty sure. Frank's girlfriend Carol is unnaturally understanding and sympathetic. It's not his girlfriend. It's the waitress that he's hooked up with twice now, even though she's fully aware that he likes this other woman. So it is kind of a naturally and sympathetic. Like, do you want him or no? I don't understand. Like, again, self-respect. Jane is justified in her concern for Mary. Yes, of course she is. Right after she met that weirdo, she's dead. Like, I would not want my daughter to marry a musician / paperboy. No, I like artists, and so if my if my daughter really liked a musician, as long as he could pay the bills, I guess. I don't know if Frank can, but some musicians can. Jane is attracted to Frank mostly for his looks, talent, personality, lifestyle. I think she's just like more in lust about him than anything because she's looking at him and taking pictures of him. So I think for her, really, honestly, she's just really attracted to him. Jane needs caller ID. Yes, she does. I would probably respond as Jane did. Ooh, this was the question that we posed. Staying home from the date with the man you're fantasizing about. I would go, and I would tell him what was going on. Like, my friend, she's dead, and this guy's following me. Like, I need your help. Even if he thought I was a freak, at least he, like, there's a possibility he could help me. And I wouldn't want to think I stood him up. So I think false, actually. I trust the police. That's a loaded question. I think I'm going to say false. Frank is a real ladies' man. It seems like it. Jane is not handling the yeah. That's true. How well could you handle it? But yeah. Women are naturally more promiscuous. Oh, men are naturally more promiscuous than women. You know what? I do think that's true. People should experiment with multiple sexual relationships before marriage. Yeah, sow your seeds. Get out there. You know, find out what you like. Whew, that was kind of a tough episode so far. Like, what's gonna happen next? Let's explore. Carol's handbag. So Carol's the lady who Frank's hooking up with. The waitress. Oh. Oh my god. Does she have a photo of Jane when Jane was a model? Does she know who Jane is? And this is like tobacco or weed, maybe? Zigzag. This might be like weed. And then coke? Oh my god, Carol. You're living life on in the fast lane. She's got a key to his apartment? Or did she just take the keys? Because she's not his girl. They just been hooking up. And again, she's fully aware that he likes another. So what happens when he starts dating Jane? Carol's just like, okay, bye. Like, okay with it? Like, I mean, I guess, situationship. Anyway, bananas, private club, boxing. Give your gift to a mysterious stranger. Interesting. What do you got going on, Carol? P's book. Donald Masters Making It, a man's guide to successfully negotiating complex relationships. Well, what is this book teaching? Because he's not doing it very well. Donald Masters is a former industrialist and Renaissance man. His many talents include nude underwater photography and airborne big game hunt. Airborne? Like from a helicopter? Big game hunting. He is a licensed pilot and scuba diver. His first book, Travels Without My Ex-Wife, sold over 100,000 copies. When he is not lecturing to men's groups on the trademarked man skills, he makes his home... I can't read, this is so pixelated. He makes his home between Los Angeles and Nantucket with Churchill, his beloved English Bull Terrier. Interesting man. The kind of man I don't want to be teaching other men how to do things, but... yeah. What sort of man, mouse... If she's wrong, ditch her ass and making her yours. Okay, so that explains why P is being weirdly overconfident and aggressive, because He's reading a man book. a weird man book. To Jane from... Dear Jane, my trip is almost over, but I don't want to leave. I had drinks with a guy at the hotel bar. He was from Wisconsin. He asked me to come back to his room. He was really sweet, but I just couldn't. If only it had been that cute Hawaiian boy from the front desk. I know, I'm terrible. Someday you and I have to come here together. So this is to Jane from Mary when Mary was still in Hawaii. So obviously, Sam was still in Hawaii before she died. Okay. Ooh, we get to hear from a bunch of people. Edwards is the Barnes. He wasn't even in this episode. Barnes is a security guard, if we recall, from Jane's work. Or Mary's work. I don't know if Jane actually works there. P. Let's hear from P.
It's amazing the way the chain links of life connect and unravel.
Hate this guy.
Break apart and reconnect again. You think you're at one place, and then you find you're actually at another. When you finally understood something about yourself, another truth is revealed and replaced by yet another.
I don't even know what this guy's saying. What the fuck? I don't even know what he was saying there. He's just a weirdo. Frank?
I guess I should have expected something like this. I mean, she seemed kind of skittish right from the start. But and still, I really expected her to show up.
I did too. But then her friend died.
I just really wanted her to.
Well, obviously. You asked her out.
I mean, what am I going to do now?
Date Carol, I guess.
Nothing, I guess.
You just be with Carol. She's pretty similar. What is it about Jane? What is it about? You barely know her. I'm being really judgy so far in this episode. I should stop. Carol, I'd love to hear from you.
My friend Frank's got it really bad for this Jane girl.
My friend with
Would
benefits.
it be a ride if it was the same Jane I hooked up with at the club?
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I can.
Ooh, such a thing.
Yeah. You guys could have a threesome. Wouldn't that be fun? Barnes, you weren't even in this episode.
She shouldn't have done that. It's bad enough she's carrying on with all those stupid messages. She shouldn't have met him. She crossed the line there.
She shouldn't have.
Why'd she do that?
She's
She knew
desperate.
there'd be consequences.
Did she? I feel like there was
She
no
should've
way of...
listened to me.
There wasn't really a way of knowing that guy was going to be dangerous. They had been corresponding for quite some time over the newspaper. How'd they find each other? I guess personals. You're like looking for someone to talk to, and then you just talk through the personals. Okay. Edwards. This is the police guy? The
Now, that
detective?
was a big surprise. Jane Bowl, also known as Jane Williams, right here in this office. Small world, huh?
So she was a famous model.
She looked like she was in pretty bad shape, though. Kind of whacked out. See, I had no idea that she was in Vancouver.
This is
I
Vancouver.
wonder what she's doing here. Maybe this is her escape from New York. Huh. No, see, I don't think there's much to this
Canadian
suicide murder
drama.
thing, but I'll check it out. And this guy, P, if he even exists.
He does. All right. So we knew she was a model. I guess she was like a known name, but Williams was her stage name, or did she just like change her last name? I'm sure she probably changed it, or maybe, well, because that's what's on her watch, Jane Bowl. So maybe she just went back to her birth name. It's just interesting to pick Williams, if she did, to pick Williams as like a stage last name. Like, I don't know, Jane Scarlett. I don't know, some sexy name. Okay, I don't need to review it. Let's resume.
God, that poor woman.
Mary? Did you kill her?
Why do people have to kill themselves?
Ah,
What
he's
did you have to do
lying.
with it,
He's
Peter?
lying.
Well, nothing, I hope.
What do you mean, I hope?
That was a big disappointment.
I'm
Our
on to
meeting. For both of us, believe
I'm
me.
on to you, Peter. I'm on to you.
But we both knew it was all wrong from the start. And she was upset.
Mary seemed really excited to meet Peter when
didn't
she was
like her?
walking into the cafe. We didn't get to see
No,
their
it's not that I
interaction,
didn't
but
like her. It's just that we weren't
maybe
right
we
for each
will.
other.
I hope we get to see a flashback.
She was, well, I guess she was older than I expected. I like younger women.
Her friend Jane is younger.
Still can't believe they're friends.
She didn't seem
Yeah,
older than
she's
you.
younger. Very attractive woman.
More your type.
Kidding? Thought I won the lottery.
Ugh,
Seen her?
this guy
Why don't you tell me how you got involved with the message writing? You do
giving
this
me
with
the
a lot of women?
ickiest ick.
No. This is the first time. Well, you know, I've browsed through those personal columns a few times. I mean, who hasn't? Haven't you? Anyways, I always wondered, you know, who actually wrote those ads, so I responded to one just for the hell of it.
Ah, so
Mary
Mary
Celeste
put
was
out
that.
the desperation.
Yeah.
And why'd you choose her?
Don't know. Guess her ad just seemed to bite.
Hmm.
So what'd you think? You'd meet her and have sex with her?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about it. It's more like fun, you know, fantasizing about it.
And what was the reality like?
Didn't spend much time together.
You left the cafe with her, though.
Yeah, well, I
Did he?
put her in a cab and I went back to the bar. Guess I drank quite a bit. I was feeling pretty down on myself, you know.
Don't
you
believe
build up
this
your
guy.
own
I don't
spirits,
believe
gotta
him
feel
at all.
God, it's so awkward. What she didn't do is because of me.
I mean, you could put two and two together. You reject a woman and then she
Anyways,
kills herself
I talked to the bartender there. He kind of commiserated.
same night? Like,
I'm sure he'll remember.
You got his name? Did you tell him that Jane Bowl was more your type?
No. But to tell you the truth, that's what I felt. I mean, when I thought she was there to meet me, man, I couldn't believe it.
you put together the.
Calling
You
her
saw
up
a
and
pretty
hanging around
woman
her
and you were like, it's that
No.
woman. She
Well,
gave you no indication that she was
maybe a
M.
little. I mean, she's very attractive, and I'll admit I was hoping to see her again. I really had no idea they were friends. Anyway, I just wanted to return this to her.
Her watch.
She left it at the cafe.
Oh, how noble. Sorry I'm talking over the dialogue so
Sure
much.
she doesn't want to see me again after
This guy's like pissing me off.
what she's been through.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, Jane. What are we doing now? What are the next steps here? What is that? It's so pixelated. If it's ice cream, why was it in the fridge? Is it ice cream? What is it? Cherries? Oh no. Jam? I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's not as pixelated for you guys. When I edited the first episode, what you guys are seeing is actually better quality than what I was seeing as I was playing it. As I'm playing it, it's extremely pixelated.
You okay, Miss Ball?
Not exactly. Would you like to come in?
Who's this guy?
Yeah, thanks.
Is this the police guy? The guy that we just saw? I have face blindness. I don't know.
I have good news for you.
I think it is.
Great.
We found this guy P. We traced him through the accounts of the newspaper office. Brought him in.
But also, if I was Jane, I wouldn't be so quick to invite a man into my
Yeah,
home,
but we had to let him go.
regardless of not if he's the cop.
What?
Your friend left the cafe and got into a cab by herself. And he went back into the bar. They were witnesses.
We're there.
Well then, why would he phone my apartment and why was he trying to get into this building?
Well,
Explain me this, officer.
he left this behind. He was trying to get it back to you.
He wouldn't have been so
Jane
creepy if he
Bull.
was just trying to do that.
No address.
He just wanted to give me my watch back.
Yeah, he asked if I could get it back to you, so I thought I'd just bring it over myself.
This shit ain't not adding up. This shit is not adding up at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was my grandmother's watch.
Ah.
It was named after her.
Aha.
Wow, that's
I see.
that's a nice name, Jane. Look,
Oh, so maybe her name was Jane Williams, and then when she went to
I'm,
hiding,
off duty, and
she changed it to her grandmother's last name.
I was wondering if you would like to join me.
Everybody's after Jane. Oh my
Yes.
God. Everybody wants Jane.
But I think I need to be alone.
That's weird to ask her out, Mr.
Yeah.
Detective.
Sure, I understand.
That's weird to ask her out
Maybe
after
next time.
this.
Look, if you ever need anything, just be sure to call me, okay?
Okay.
No. Jeez.
Bye.
Bye.
I keep looking over this way because my other monitor's over here, just by the way. That's why I keep going like that. Okay, so here's security guard man, Mr. Barnes. Forgetting already. All these new characters we're getting. I'm making this seem quite sinister. Oh, is this Mary's cart? Because Mary's the cleaning lady in the building. Yeah, he is being creepy. He is being creepy. We made him creepy because of my choices in the first episode. He might not have been creepy besides that. But, you know, that spices things up, I think. Just gotta run in the fresh air and think. Why would she not, like, it's been a couple days. Why would she not, like, try to find Frank or meet him at the newspaper or whatever? Uh-oh. Locked in the grocery store. This is a colorful store. Uh-oh. She stopped to look at him. She shouldn't have done that. It's freaking parasol. That's not gonna protect you from the rain, really. That Frank gave her, if we recall from episode 1 or episode whatever episode that he gave her that parasol. It's probably Frank calling after her. Flashbacks. In part 1, I assumed she was fantasizing about the photographer attacking her, but now I realize that these are flashbacks. Oh no. Oh no. Avert your eyes, kids. Oh. Oh shit. It was Frank. I knew it. Oh no. Is he dead? He couldn't have died from a bottle hit to the head. What is that, wine? Another jar of cherries or jelly or whatever she was eating earlier. And she's just gonna leave? That was Frank, dude. You're just gonna leave him alone on the street? Are you kidding me? Dude. What are you doing? Are you gonna help him? Oh my god. You gonna get his body on the wagon? Jane, you just left him there. I don't know if he's gonna fit in that little red wagon. What the fuck? Is he still there? Oh my god. Oh no, Frank. I wanted this to be a love story. You're not gonna be able to pick him up, Jane. Be for real. Be serious. Oh my god. Oh no, Jane. This is so messy now. This is so messy. No. Oh my god. Jane, bend his legs. He should have said, like, Jane, it's Frank, as he was chasing her. I guess he didn't know what was going on, but never chase a woman and yell her name without, like, announcing who you are. Okay. So, she's taking him into the apartment. If he's alive, then we could still get a love story. I'm still hoping for a love story here. We're close to Valentine's Day, if it's not already Valentine's Day by the time this comes out. Like, okay. One should never become intimately involved with a coworker. Yeah, they shouldn't, actually. They shouldn't, because I feel like that never ends well. When and if Frank regains consciousness, he will be angry, stricken with amnesia, disabled, understanding, wary. I feel like he'll be if Jane's honest with him and is like, I thought I was being chased, all this shit happened to me, I was scared, I feel like he'll be understanding. He seems like an understanding guy. Oh my god, what if he had amnesia though? Is this me, like, do I get to choose what happens? Because I don't want that kind of power. But I would hope, sorry for the boring answer, I would hope he'd be understanding. P killed Mary. I think so. Edwards is a good detective. No, because he's hitting on the client who's going through so much. That's not good. And he's not even fucking trying. Men judge women too much by their looks. I have sometimes. In this game. In this story, yeah. People are disappointed with life because their expectations are too high. In P's case, for sure. And I guess in this detective, guys, he really thought that he would ask her out and she would say yes. Like, come on, dude. Be real. That's the theme for this episode. Like, be so for real, you guys. Cops shouldn't socialize with crime victims. No, they shouldn't. Police abuse their authority, regular, sometimes rarely. Yeah, I think so. Jane is paranoid. Yes, but she has right to be paranoid. She has every right to be paranoid because shit is happening to her. Like, people are after her, probably, potentially. So she is paranoid, but she has a right to be, so I'm gonna say true. Jane overreacted by hitting Frank. I don't think she did, because she didn't know it was Frank. She thought it was P, and she would be at every right to hit Peter if he was chasing. Any man that's chasing you at night, I feel like you have a right to, like, defend yourself. So no, she didn't overreact. Jane should have called 911 instead of taking Frank to her apartment. She should have. Frank is a dangerous person. We already have so many dangerous people in this story. I don't think Frank needs to be another one of them. I really have hope for their love. I want this to be exciting and interesting, but I also want Jane and Frank to end up together in the end. Like, I really want this to pull through as a love story. So I'm gonna say false. Jane intends to nurse Frank back to health, keep Frank captive, make Frank her love slave, take photos of him while he is unconscious. She's probably going to do this. I want her to nurse him back to health, keep Frank captive, make Frank her love slave. How interesting would that be? I don't think she's in the mindset to keep a love slave right now. We're gonna pick it just because it's interesting. I want her to nurse him back to health, but I don't want a boring ending. I'm gonna pick this one. I'm trying so hard not to be boring, like I was in Tender Love and Care. When a serious accident happens, it is most important to panic, call 911, be prepared, assist the injured, follow emergency procedures. I think assist the injured, like make sure everyone's okay if you can, and then call 911. I don't know. Those questions were a lot of pressure for some reason. I felt really pressured about that because I really want to, it's on me to have a good, interesting story here. There's so many possibilities. Let's explore Edward's files. So this is the file that the detective has on Peter. Oh, 1969. Filed by Sudbury Police Department, juvenile. Okay, so he had a juvenile case when he was 10? When he was a little bit over 10? In 1959, Peter Enric, aged... Oh, it says right here. It says right below it. Peter Enric, age 10, arrested on charges of animal cruelty. Oh no. Oh no, I knew he was a psychopath. Enric was accused of putting slug poison in the next door neighbor's dog's dog food bowl. When the dog's owner, Mr. John Vander, found his dog in its death throes, he noticed that Peter Enric was watching intently from over the fence. This was the third dog in the neighborhood to have died from accidental poisoning. Oh no! He is killing dogs at 10? How fucked up is that? 2 days later, another neighborhood boy, Timothy Hopkins, approached Mr. Vander and told him that Peter had admitted to killing all 3 of the dogs. Timothy led Mr. Vander to their secret clubhouse in the woods, where Mr. Vander found slug poison and a manual written by Peter Enric describing in detail how to poison a dog. What the fuck, Peter? That's fucked up as a 10-year-old. Jesus. See evidence for slug poison, blah, 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 and manual, blah, blah, blah. Upon being brought in for questioning, Peter Enric broke down and admitted that he had killed the dogs. He stated that he had only done so because dogs scared him. All right. He then proceeded to show a dog bite scar on his left buttock that he had received when he was a child. Peter Enric has been placed in a juvenile detention facility for 3 months, as per the request of his parents. It's a long time for 10 to be in juvie. Not long enough, dog killer. I hope he had mandated counseling. I guess he didn't because he's fucked up as an adult. I was scared of dogs when I was a child too. I didn't kill them though. I learned more about them and now I work with them as a career. Barnes magazines. Oh God. Okay, we're gonna have to censor some of this. Oh, well, great. We get them individually. All right. P's computer. So Peter's computer. Model pleads self-defense. So she did kill him. We got hints of that. So based on everything that we've heard from other people so far and Jane's flashbacks, he tried to assault her, almost assaulted her, maybe did assault her, and then she killed him while it was happening. Okay, we get closer. Okay, so 1998. So this would have been, if this takes place in 2001, 3 years later. So this is 3 years later. Police in the hip Greenwich Village community said they have been looking into leads on the motive in Tuesday morning's fatal stabbing of a local fashion photographer in his home studio offices. They said the stabbing did not appear to be a random act of violence. Why are they calling it the hip community and then saying there was a murder there? I believe it was a crime of passion, but we're unsure what the passion factor might be all about, said Bruce Young, chief of police for the New York Police Department. He would not elaborate except to say there was signs of an aggravated assault with the premises. Young said the man, 29, was taking photos of... Continue? Do I get to see more? I guess that's it for this article. We can assume that it was Jane. Model targeted a well-known photographer in his home studio late yesterday. It was self-defense, says Jane Williams. Trial date has been set for late September. Okay, so yeah, they figured out who it was. Okay, so he's like obsessed with this like model murder. This is like a crazy true crime fan, which actually happens. So, oh great. hate this guy.
Jane Bowl turns out to be ever more interesting. Spying on her friend. What does that say about Jane? I think it says a lot. I think it makes her special. I like the way her mind works. You know, I think we'll be seeing a lot of each other, and I think we're going to get along very well.
Why do you think that? Because you're also a spy stalker person? You guys gonna be a little creeper couple together? Oh my god, that guy is so fucking weird. If I found out a guy had killed dogs when he was a kid, red flag. Deal breaker, honestly.
What have I done?
Good she's remorseful about this.
And why did I do it?
I know why you were scared. You thought it was Peter after you. You were being triggered. I understand.
She probably thinks she's too good for me. She probably doesn't like cops much either.
Shut the fuck
After what I've
up.
done in New York. I mean, what the hell is with people anyway? They don't like cops until they need us?
Well, she didn't go to jail, I don't think, so.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you like cops?
I'm sure she doesn't blame cops
No,
for
come
any
on, I mean,
punishment she
really.
may have received.
Not the guys on TV, but the real thing. Okay.
Because she probably didn't
You
receive a
drive
lot.
along. You see some cops. What do? You slow down, right? Yeah. That's
I don't wanna
because
deal with
everybody
you.
thinks we're out to get him.
Well,
Miss Bowl here. She thinks I'm out to get her. Maybe I am.
bro. You are. Everybody's out to get Jane, it seems like. She's having a tough time. Alright. Let's keep going. 2 more chapters.
Move the mouse cursor.
Yeah, clean him up. Maybe you should have cleaned him up before you put him in that bed, because now there's like jelly and or blood all over the pillow. You ain't got no bandages? Oh god. Ew.
Listen for the secret in this mode. Think of the many faces you had shown.
Oh boy. That sweater's ruined. Or now it could be a cool hip horror sweater. That's his style sometimes.
Love dogs, honey, dripping from their mouths. Only silence can put them underground. Listen for the secret in this mode. Hey, yeah,
Jane, I don't think you need to take his pants off. I understand taking off the, like, bloody jelly shirt that you ruined by throwing shit at him, but I don't think you need to take his pants off. I think he's fine. Now's not the time to live out your fantasies. I know I did choose that she would make him a love slave, but nah, I'm regretting that decision. I should have said nurse him back to health, because I want a true romance. I want true love for both of them. They deserve it. As weird as Jane is, she deserves love. She's been through a lot. It's not even that bad. Getting hit with a glass bottle, I don't think he's that bad. You just get one big cut, I assume.
Where have you been, Jane? I've been calling you for 2 days. I've been worried sick. When you didn't come in for work, I
Okay.
thought you might be dead.
She
You know,
did
what
work
happened
there.
to Mary
She-
and all. I finally had to come over here and make sure you were all right.
We already knew that, but I was kind of unsure.
I should have called. I'm sorry, really.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
I forgot
mean,
if
that
she
was a
actually
terrible
worked
thing
there,
for
if she
all
was
of us.
just visiting Mary.
I'll try and come in
But
tomorrow.
Yeah,
she did work
don't worry
there.
about it. Do you mind if I come in?
She's an overnight maid because she's in hiding.
Well, actually, I was just going to bed. I've been so tired.
Yeah, okay, I should go and let you get some rest. But you know, it'll only take a moment. And it's just something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Do you mind?
Barnes, get the fuck out. Don't just shove your way into her home. Come on, dude. Come on.
I've never seen you like this before.
No!
You're even more lovely than I ever imagined.
Stop, you creeper.
Oh, please, Jane, call me Jack.
Jack Barnes.
Look, I know this is an intrusion. I know I'm old enough to be your father, but
I can't do
I just
this.
feel like I want to take care of you.
No. This is my fault.
Is there someone else here?
I could have made him nice and
I'm
harmless.
sorry, I didn't realize. I must look like a fool. I'm sorry.
You do look like a fool. You look like a creepy ass fool. Stupid horny old man. God. All these men are trash, Jane. You need to move again. Vancouver isn't as safe as you thought it was going to be. Move to Ashland. Play out the events of tender loving care.
Hello.
Hi, Jane. I hardly recognized you tonight at the market. You look so different. Very nice. You're a very attractive woman, you know.
Want someone cut me
I hate this so much. I hate it. I hate this. This is my fault. I wanted it to be interesting. Why do I do this to myself?
Yes, I am this woman who is riding here.
I need to find this soundtrack. I swear, I love it. These songs need to be used in a real movie. This could be a TV show. This is like a melodrama.
Oh, hi, Jane. Mary. What happened? I went back to Hawaii.
No.
I thought you were dead. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to call you.
Is this a dream?
I met
Because
this
Mary's
guy
dead.
here. I forgot to tell you about him. Asked me to come back and live on his boat with him.
What the fuck is
Can you
happening right
believe
now?
it? Do you want to get a hug?
This is a dream.
God, I missed you. Even warm, sunny Hawaii can
It's
seem
cold without your friends. What we really need is each other.
Oh! Ah! Oh my god! Okay.
Up in smoke. Sinful flesh burns easily. Yes, I am this man who is burning here, burning from the head down. Oh, my eyes clouded up with light.
She has such a nice apartment. He's gonna wake up and see those weird pictures, Jane. You better take them down. Take them down right now. Because that's so weird that you have those. I forgot about those. This is weird too. Take this down. I almost forgot that Jane was a freak for a second. Everybody's kind of a freak in this, in different ways.
I think you'd better come all the way in.
Yeah, I think you'd... Yeah. It's your place. Also, take this guy's face down or cover it or something. Why do you still have that up after everything that's gone on?
Hi, Frank. How do you like your coffee?
Black.
Here.
Ew.
Have this one. It's black. How are you feeling?
That's not a mug.
Where am I?
This is, where I live.
Yeah. So how did I get here?
Well, you had an accident.
Be honest, Jane. He'll
An
understand.
accident? What kind?
Are you hungry? I could get you something to eat.
Truck hit me?
Listen, Frank, I've got something burning on the stove. Let me fix you something to eat and, we can talk about this later.
Jane,
Okay?
I don't want to talk about this later. I want to talk about this right now. What happened if I was Frank? Tell me what happened to me right now.
Okay.
I want to know immediately. I'm injured. I'm in a strange apartment. You ditched me the other day. What is going on? This is starting to take a lot out of me. I knew that's what these were going to be. Like,
Actually, it was probably more like a mug.
these middle episodes were going to be intense.
A mugging? I thought you said I had an accident.
I don't really know exactly what happened to you. I just found you in front of the
Oh
building.
no,
You were
she's
dressed for dog.
lying. Oh no.
You looked like you needed help, so I brought you up here. Tried to fix you up a bit.
You should have called the
I thought I
police.
could help you myself, but I'm sorry. I should have called an ambulance or the
I guess he
police.
doesn't remember chasing after her.
Thanks, thanks for taking care of me.
Now, why did you stand me up the other day?
Have you got any aspirin?
I don't. I just checked.
I'm sure he's got a headache. Why'd you take my shirt off, Jane? I have so many questions.
These are good eggs. Do you have any ketchup?
Oh, no.
Jane's got nothing.
You tied a pretty mean bandage. Where'd you learn to do that?
What do you mean? It's like stuck on there. He
I
didn't
used to be a lifeguard.
She didn't. What?
Oh, yeah.
She didn't tie anything.
Where? Down at the beach?
No. I'm not from around here.
Oh. Where are you from?
This guy's acting as he's not as panicked as he should be about
I'm-
this whole situation.
Can we talk about something else?
I'd be freaked out if I was in this
Yeah.
situation and he's just
Sure.
like casually talking to her as if they're at a cafe right now. Like the circumstances, Frank.
Okay. When I was waking up, when it was getting light out, and I kept thinking I could see my face on the wall over there. What do you think about that?
Weird way to bring that up. They're both
You
fucking
seem
weirdos.
nervous.
Well, it's not every day I have a strange man in my apartment.
Of course, there's multiple reasons that you both should
Not
be
so
nervous right
strange.
now.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
It bothers me to see that you're in pain. I could get you something at the market.
I don't even know what to say about this scene.
I'll do that.
It's
I'll
so
get dressed.
awkward. Take these down. Take them down. I would have asked her about that. I'd have been like, what's this all about? This is getting harder and harder as the episode's gone. Jane's behavior is rational, erratic, irresponsible, understandable. At this point, irresponsible for sure. She's lying. Who is trying to call Jane? Barnes, Peter, Edward, Carol. I think it's Peter because he said seeing her at the market, unless that was secretly Barnes, but I'm still under the assumption that it's Peter making these calls. But how would Peter get her number? But he said that he was P earlier, I thought. I don't know. It could be Barnes. They could both be after her at the same time because how would... No, we saw him on the phone to her earlier. So, like, that's him. We saw them talk. We saw him on the other end of the phone in the previous scene, so... Jane is a... I guess I could change the narrative and make it a twist if I pick those answers, but whatever. Jane is a dangerously disturbed person. She's starting to show her more dangerous crazy side than just her weird crazy side, so... This is gonna turn to a murder if I say that. She is disturbed, though. She's starting to get dangerous. Jane should call a physician to treat Frank. She should, because what if he has a concussion or something? I would like to have complete control over another person. Ooh. This is gonna get too intense for me, I think, if I say true. But what I don't think I would want to have complete control. Like, that's a lot of responsibility. I'm gonna say false on that one. I don't want this to be, like, too violent. I want some, like, love and stuff to happen. Mr. Barnes is dangerous. So far, he's proving himself to be, but that's because of my choices. He is so far. He's showing danger. He's giving danger. Like, get out of my apartment. People do get partial amnesia after a traumatic event. Yeah, either you block it out or just, like, the injury. Jane is a good liar. She is not. She's a bad fucking liar. A woman should be insulted if she is told she looks great after applying makeup. I don't think makeup's a lot of work. So, like, I do want to be complimented on it. You know, I'm not going to be like, why would you say that? I've tried to look good. So, they should not be insulted. That's false. Jane looks better in a wig and makeup. I actually don't like her in the wig. I like her natural look. So, I think that's false. Women are generally not as physically brave as men. Kind of a loaded question. I don't want Jane to be weak in this, and I feel like this has to do with Jane herself fighting back or not. So I'm gonna say false. If I were drowning, I would like to be rescued by Jane. No, I don't want her anywhere near me. She's crazy. Okay, let's explore. Barnes' room. That's all we're exploring. Barnes is a detective still. No, Barnes is a security guard. I keep saying that, and I keep forgetting myself. Wow, so this was her on the cover of a magazine that he has. Your loving wife, Claudia. Oh, if we remember from part 1 in one of the earlier episodes, we saw that he and Claudia are divorced. We read through the divorce proceedings. And she got, like, the house and one of the cars in full custody of the kids, so he did something bad. He's hanging on to that. Oh, shit. This isn't even a magazine she's in. He just put her face over it, and not very well either. Like, you couldn't have cut around this part. I could Photoshop that better. Okay. Oh no. Oh my god, he did it again. This one's a little bit of a much cleaner morph on that though. So good job on that one, Barnes. Yeah, thanks for censoring that, so I don't have to censor it. That one's a little cleaner too, I guess. There's magazines she's actually in. I guess he just wants the fantasy of her body. Jeez, so Barnes is a perv. Encounters. Oh my god. I don't want to hear from Barnes. I'm done with him. Creepy old man.
This girl's gonna get herself into a lot of trouble. She's not careful, she's gonna end up just like her friend.
Oh no.
Mary didn't listen to me. She should have let me take care of her. Let's hope Jane's a lot smarter.
Wait, did Barnes kill Mary?
She's starting to behave like Mary now. Flaunting herself at me and pushing me away.
Mary
She needs to understand what I can do for her.
Wait, is he implying that Mary's dead because She didn't listen to him about going on the date with P and P killed her? Peter killed her? Or did something different happen with Peter and then Barnes killed her? He's being very, like, suspicious and talking about Mary in that way. Jane, what do you have to say for yourself?
I shouldn't have done it.
You should
I
have.
know. I don't know what came over me.
Frank chilling in the
I should
background.
have called for help. He should be in the hospital. Oh, God.
You should have at the very least called for help, like, after he woke up and you told him the truth and he could work this all out. You're just tangling this web of lies, Jane. That does look like a good breakfast.
What the hell's going on here?
I don't know, Frank. I lost the plot. Oh, is that all we get from Frank? What the hell is going on, Frank? That's what I want to know. And we're going to find out. I'm going to resume. And we're going to figure out what the hell is going on right now.
Frank?
This will be the last episode for this part.
Else you might need?
Just the aspirin, thanks.
Leaving him alone in your apartment. He's going to... First of all, he might find those pictures, and he's going to see that he lives across the street from her. Don't answer her phone, Frank. Do not answer her phone. Do not insert yourself into this drama like this. It is Peter trying to call her. Why are they making it seem like it's somebody else? It's very clearly Peter trying to call her. Unless this is all clever misdirection, but I don't think it is. You're limping because you got hit in the head. What's going on here? Yeah, this is what I would investigate first too. Like, what the fuck is this? Of course he's gonna snoop the apartment. I would snoop and then leave before she came back, because what the hell? Even if I did crush on her, even if, like, you know, I did like her like that, like, this is weird. I need to go to the hospital. Damn, getting into her stuff over here. Oh, is this her portfolio? Oh, it is. It's a cool portfolio. Did he not know? I guess he didn't know who she was before. He's the only one who didn't know that she was previously a famous model. Damn, the curiosity would get me too. Oh my god, she kept the articles? Why would she do that? She kept the articles of when she was assaulted and she murdered the guy and her murder trial. Slayer. They called her Slayer. Over one murder, that's kind of dramatic to call someone a slayer when they only murdered one person. Yeah, we saw that he was looking at this. the obsession goes deep from all parties in this one.
Hi. Strongest I could get.
Thanks.
Let's take a look at that bandage.
Maybe don't take it off yet. It's fresh. I guess you could change it. I don't know. Are you supposed to change bandages that often?
Why did you lie to me?
Which lie?
What?
I remember some of last night more clearly. I remember going for a run, and I thought I saw you. And I wasn't sure until I got closer.
I knew he was
and I
gonna
realized
remember that part.
you were running away from me. I chased you up some alley or something.
Why would you chase her
And I
if
don't
she's
know
running
what
away from you?
happened after that. But there are a lot of things I don't know. Like, why you didn't show up for our date.
Finally, we're bringing that up. Finally.
Or
Tell the truth, Jane.
why you were running away from me. Or
Easy answer. I didn't know it was you, Frank. I thought
what
somebody
hit you?
else was chasing me and I was scared. Easy.
did.
Say that. Say it.
you did. With what?
Ketchup.
It was ketchup.
What?
It was
That
a
makes
ketchup
sense.
bottle.
That makes sense.
You're kidding me.
Frank, I'm sorry.
It was too thick to be wine.
Really
It was a
sorry.
ketchup. That was a big ass ketchup bottle she hit him with.
I thought someone was chasing me. I was scared. I
There you
panicked.
go. Tell the truth. There you go.
You didn't look to see who it was?
I was scared.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
look
guess
back.
So, ketchup bottle to the head. What'd you use on my leg?
That was an accident. It happened when I brought you up here.
Oh.
Or you had to bring me, of course.
He was limping because the elevator door hit his leg.
I
Okay.
wanted to help you. I felt so bad.
Doesn't it feel better to tell the truth?
It's okay.
See? Understanding. What I tell you. I know I chose it.
It was ketchup. I thought all that red stuff was my blood.
Where did you see the red stuff? She cleaned up the red stuff.
You can answer that?
Blood is not that bright and chunky. Or gelatinous, whatever texture ketchup is.
Hello?
Jane, please don't hang up. I need to talk with you.
Stop calling me. I guess it's a possibility that both Barnes and Peter are... See, no, it is Peter calling her. See? I told... Like, they keep asking me. And showing me that it's him. Peter, why would she want to talk to you? You're... Oh no, fourth wall break. That was scary. Leave her alone. Like, what do you want? I don't... Like, what do you want? What do you think's gonna happen? She's not gonna sleep with you, bro. How do you think this is gonna play out when you continue to be creepy? She's gonna be like, you know what? Sure, come on over. Let's hook up. Like, what's the ideal situation here? Dirty old men are not cute. Ew. Potential sex offenders, funny, pathetic. I think they're pathetic because, like, ew, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Jane is a psychopathic killer. I don't know. I don't think she is. She killed in self-defense. I believe that. And I don't think she's gonna kill anybody else unless they deserve it. I sometimes look at photos of people and fantasize about having an intimate relationship with them. Like characters, celebrities, sure. Jane is a victim. Yeah, she is. Why a lot of things happening and have had happened. Detective Edwards' interest in this case is professional, unprofessional, normal, keen, personal. I think unprofessional, because he's like trying to ask her out. Like, don't do that. I would not have been as understanding as Frank was regarding Jane's explanation of his accident. I think I would be understanding. I would be upset that she lied at first, because, like, you know, just be honest. But I would understand, like, I didn't announce myself. I chased after you. It's nighttime. You didn't know it was me. I would have done the same thing. So, false. I would have been just as understanding. Frank is faking the extent of his infirmity. Ooh, now that's interesting. Because he could have gone home by now. He doesn't have to stay in her house. Now that he's awake, he could go to his place and just rest and have aspirin at his place. He doesn't need to stay there, you know. He's literally across the street, or he could ask Jane to take him home. Like, you don't need to be there anymore. So maybe he's faking it a little bit because he wants to be with her and wants, like, answers from her. So I'm gonna say true. Frank has every right to snoop around. Honestly, yeah, she left him alone in his apartment and she hit him with the bottle, so I feel like he gets to snoop, and that's fair. People should respect others' privacy by not prying into their personal things. I mean, yeah, don't pry, but if someone leaves you alone in their apartment, you gotta snoop a little bit, but, like, don't pry into other people's privacy. I don't think you should do that. Despite what they say, models have an easy job. No, I don't think they do. I don't think so. It's a lot of, like, scrutiny. Like, you're held under a microscope, every part of you, you know, and can be strenuous and stressful. So I think false, actually. I don't think it's an easy job. Heroin chic is sexy. Are they saying that Jane is heroin chic? Is she a heroin addict? No, I don't think it is. You think heroin chic is sexy? Like when a girl looks strung out, you think that's sexy? Yeah? Well, I can't go back, so sorry. Sorry, folks. Gamer Ghost thinks heroin chic is sexy, and I didn't take his opinion into account. Frank is tolerant of the situation because he's a nice guy, he likes Jane, he has ulterior motive. I think both of these, he's a nice guy and he likes Jane. I feel like if it was a different woman that maybe he didn't like, or if it was a guy, he wouldn't have been as understanding. So I think mostly he's tolerant because he likes Jane. Jane needs, ooh, Jesus, a therapist, a friend, a lawyer, a gun, a spanking, and answering service. She needs a couple of these things. But first and foremost, I do think she needs a therapist. She needed most of those. Okay, end of chapter 8. We're gonna explore, do the encounters, and then that'll be it for this part. It's really getting crazy now. We're really into the thick of it. Let's explore. Jane's portfolio. So these are just like her modeling gigs that she's had for various things. Okay. Newspaper clippings. Yeah, we already kind of read that. Not guilty. Okay, this is way too small and pixelated, so I cannot read this, but unless it gets closer. Yeah, okay, good. September 29th, 1998. Oh my god, that's the day before my first birthday. September 29th. September 30th is my birthday. I was born in 97. That's crazy. This happened the day before. Except I was not in New York, but it still happened. Not guilty. Supermodel Slayer found innocent. It's really flattering to call her a slayer after only one kill. Fashion model Jane Williams was found innocent today on all charges relating to the death of Soho photographer James Strother. A jury deliberated for 6 hours before announcing the verdict to an emotionally shaken Miss Williams. Prospector Philip Wilkes was stunned by the jury's finding. A woman beats a guy to death with a metal post. Oh, it was a violent death. Cries rape and walks, he said bitterly in the post-trial press conference. It makes me sick and terrified. Prosecutors had tried to make the case that Miss Williams and Mr. Strother had been carrying on an affair for some time, and that Mr. Strother's death was the result of a lover's quarrel. But Miss Williams and her lawyers vehemently denied this accusation. This is reminding me of the court case in Chicago. the musical Chicago with Renee Zellweger. They never proved that point of their case, this goes on, said Gabriel Gould, Miss Williams' leading counsel. Miss Williams only knew Mr. Strother on a casual basis. This was not a lover's quarrel. It was a photographer jazzed up on cocaine who tried to rape the wrong woman. A woman who fought back. So tried to rape. So I guess it didn't actually go. I mean, still bad, but she stopped it before it really happened. She had to defend herself, you know. I'm still on her side here. Cocaine was found in Mr. Strother's apartment, and post-mortem blood tests revealed that he had ingested the drug on the day of his death. Miss Williams, who sat stoically for most of the trial, yeah, I can imagine she was like this the whole time. Like her face has been through most of this. Was branded by the press as the Ice Queen Killer. So is she a slayer or is she Ice Queen Killer? During one particularly ferocious cross-examination, however, Miss Williams was finally overcome with emotion and erupted into hysterical sobs. Her outburst had a profound effect on the jury and probably changed the outcome of the verdict. You gotta show some emotion when you kill somebody, you know, because if it was an accident, there's still some remorse there, like it's a murder, you know, even if you deserved it. The prosecution was trying to paint a picture of a cold, vicious woman with a violent streak, said one of the jurors. And at first, we bought into that because she never showed emotion. When she broke down, however, we saw that she was just a scared, frightened, remorseful woman. There you go. The prosecution made it clear that they would be pushing for the death penalty if Miss Williams were convicted. Death penalty for beating the guy? I don't know about all that. I guess if it was no reason, but there's no way it wasn't. Free. But what does Jane do now? There's a lot of articles about her. The trial of Jane Williams has been the biggest paparazzi feeding frenzy since the O.J. trial. Oh, shit. I'm surprised Frank didn't know her previously then, or maybe he does and just didn't mention it. It had all the elements of a made-for-TV movie. Or perhaps an interactive movie game. Fashion, drugs, murder, and beautiful people. Miss Williams, who was already a popular subject on the internet before her trial, I misspelled it, now has more than 300 websites devoted to her. She's the reigning web goddess, says Online Source Magazine's editor, J.C. Farad. Everybody knows her face. So, what's a high-profile murder trial suspect supposed to do now that she is free? Her career is over, explains fashion analyst Martha Grimes. All of the companies who represented her dropped her during the trial. And even after she's been found innocent of the murder charge, they don't want to kill her pushing their products. Well, that's kind of like everyone would just be thinking about her and not actually, like, what she's promoting. So I get that. Sucks, though. But not everyone thinks Miss Williams' career is over. Daniel Saxon of Hardcore Designs, a German clothing company, is ready to offer Miss Williams $1 million to represent his line of extreme clothing. She's just the kind of woman we want selling our gear, he said. She would be huge in Germany. Like fetish gear, maybe? Several production companies have already offered to pay for Miss Williams' story, but she has told friends that she will turn them all down. It would make Jane sick to profit from the death of Mr. Strother, states Miss Williams' agent. I wouldn't be surprised if the poor girl doesn't just disappear from the public eye altogether. She's always been a very private person. Miss Williams, who left the courthouse immediately after the trial, was whisked away to an undisclosed location. Her only comment to the press was, "Please leave me alone now." Aw, poor Jane. I do feel bad for her. As weird as she is, like, she's been through a lot. Like, it makes sense why she's so weird. Edward's files. So this is the detective's files. Interview with Peter, harassment claimed by Jane. Met with Peter Lee Enrick in my office. He was traced through telephone records. He is accused of making harassing phone calls to Jane Bowl by said person and prowling about her apartment building. We know all this. We don't need to read all this. I told him to cease and desist calling Miss Bowl. He agreed to never go near her apartment building again. Addition, met with bartender and he verified Mr. Enrich's story. So this is new. Enrich's presence at the bar puts him there around the time of Mary Selensky's death. I'll have to confirm the exact time of death with the coroner. Note, Mr. Enrich's records have come up clean. I'm requesting a fingerprint search via the international database to check for possible name changes. Put in dead file. Jane. Okay, so he's not even going to check it out anymore. He's got her address. I can't stop thinking about her. What is she really like? Why would he write that on a sticky note? I get that's for, like, my purposes, but why would you write that on a sticky note? What does this say? Statement from psychiatrist Laszlo Marquand. What a name. I believe that so this is psychiatrist about Jane, so this is interesting. I believe that Miss Jane Williams is suffering from the acute phase of rape trauma syndrome. She is having trouble sleeping, has frequent nightmares, and has complained of severe stomach pains. Her calm, composed nature, which the media has crucified her for during this trial, is merely a mask, a defense mechanism that the mind employs to keep from going mad. From my interviews with her, I know that she feels shock, horror, shame, and remorse. After Miss Williams is released, and I'm confident she will be, it will take many years for her to get over the effects of these events. Many people have asked if she's willing to go back to modeling after this is all over. I can only say that typically women who have suffered this sort of trauma often move away and start completely new lives, sometimes even change their identities. Sadly, this sort of wholesale abandonment of the past does not help. Miss Williams will most likely be plagued by phobias, fear of sex and men, and paranoia. She might also suffer acute depression, anxiety, anger, and flashbacks. Mr. Strother is dead, but Miss Williams is the victim. That is, until she finds a resolution to all this. So these are like the court documents of when she's on the stand. Touched you was the day you murdered him. I was defending myself. Okay. Touching. Did you ever kiss him back? Only in a friendly way. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, so let's read this part. Did he ever kiss you? Only on the cheek. Did you ever kiss him back? Only in a friendly way, says Jane. And then the prosecutor, you told us before that Mr. Strother only made sexual advances towards you on the day that you killed him. Yesterday you said, and I quote, I was shocked when he put his hands on me during the shoot. When he kissed my neck, then all of a sudden he was all over me. Are those not your words? Jane says, yes, but... He says, but what? You just told us 2 minutes ago that you had met with Mr. Strother on several occasions where you both hugged and kissed him. How then could you be so shocked when he made advances at you during the photo shoot, Miss Williams? Miss Williams? Well, a friendly, like a kiss on the cheek, a little hug to say hello is different than kissing your neck during a shoot. That's different. It was different. It was different. He attacked me. He was trying to rape me. He was just following up on your first 2 dates, Miss Williams. Oh, so he's trying to frame it like he thought that you guys were like together and you overreacted, but I'm still on Jane's side. Employment record. There's a lot of records in this one. So this is about Barnes in 1986. So this is... reported that her coworker, so this is about Barnes earlier. Miss Gray reported her coworker Lester Barnes has been making lewd and inappropriate comments to her at their place of work. Tonight, he showed up uninvited to her apartment, proceeded to proposition her in a lewd manner. Works night shift cleaning at the home office from... Okay, so this is... it seems like he's been a security guard at this place or many places for a while. I think this is the same place, and he has a record of hitting on the the night shift cleaning ladies. More and more aggressive. Stop acting so weird. Leave her alone. Take pictures. He asked to take pictures of her underwear hamper. Hunt $200 for these photographs. She called the police. Okay, so he's done something similar to other people. From Ronald Peterson, Human Resources. Note of mandatory stress leave. This is his duties as night watchman. Okay. So he had took a leave of absence to see a psychiatrist. Okay. He'll be given full pay until his period of mandatory stress leaves. Okay, so this is from HR. He had to take a break for stress leave after some other shit went down. Okay, let's look at Edwards' computer. Oh, she's on his computer too. She's on Barnes' computer. She's on Detective Edwards' computer. Edwards' notepad. Jane Edwards, Miss Jane Edwards. Oh, weird. He's fantasizing about marrying her and her taking his last name. I dream of Janie. Do I have the man skills? Blondes are amazing. This is Edwards and not are they reading the same book? The man skills book? Handcuffs on ya, handcuffs on the bed frame. These are weird things to write in your notebook. She came to me in alarm. I will protect her from harm like a wounded dove. Am I falling in love? Oh, this is a poem he wrote about her. Okay, so everyone's being really weird about Jane. Let's go to encounters, and that'll be just Edwards. So in chapter 8, the only encounter we get is the detective. That's interesting.
Fuck.
Fuck. That's it. They gave me a lot of shit to read, but not a lot of interviews to watch, and then just him saying fuck. Yeah, it's all falling apart now. Alright, so that was another 4 chapters of the story. I believe there are 4 chapters left, so we'll end part 2 right here at the end of chapter 8. We are really in the thick of things now. Frank is injured in Jane's apartment. Barnes is trying to get into her house. Peter's trying to call her and get into her apartment. Edwards is in love with her and being creepy about it. Everybody's after Jane right now. Jane is in big trouble now. What is she gonna do? How is this gonna go? We're gonna find out the exciting conclusion to all of this in the final part 3. So stay tuned for that. Until then, give me any predictions, thoughts you have below. Let me know what you guys think about what you guys thought about these past 4 chapters, and where do you think it's gonna go from here? I have no idea. I really have no idea what's gonna happen now, but I am excited for this. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for watching, honeybees. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye. Meow. 2 more chapters for this episode. Change the CD-ROM.
Oh no, honey.
Oh no.
Honey.
You gotta change.
But you're gonna cut this part out.
I will.
Oh honey.
Oh honey.